Whooping snakes. Probably the best part of the movie. Welcome back, Midnight Society. It's your boy, the Movie Nerd, and I'm here with the review for Abominable. If you're watching this, you've probably seen the trailer, but if you didn't, Abominable, the title pretty much explains itself. The main character, Yi, is voiced by Bennet. Only thing I really know her from is Marvel's Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I thought it's pretty cool because all the Asian characters in this movie are voiced by Asian characters. Go figure. In the beginning, you see Yi do a lot of odd jobs, taking out the trash, walking dogs, and she's saving up money. You really don't know why, but you figure out that her dad passed away and she wants to visit all these places that he's sending postcards. What I liked about the beginning of this film is that you see the main protagonist, the antagonist, early in the movie, and they get straight to meeting Everest, which is the Yeti, all within like the first 10 to 15 minutes of the movie, which is good because it draws you in, but it doesn't leave holes unfilled. Shouldn't have said that. What I mean is they don't leave a lot of plot holes. The story explains pretty much everything that it leaves out in the beginning, in the middle, and the end. One thing that surprised me about the animation in this film is the attention to detail. Like in the first 5 minutes, I noticed the main character, Yi, her hair, like it wasn't perfect. They had strands out, and all of them were like pretty much precise and moved as according to fixes, I guess if you want to call it that. It was on point. But that's needless to say because it's DreamWorks, and DreamWorks always does good at animation. I mean, look at How to Train Your Dragon. That's one of my favorite DreamWorks movies. Just to add on that, I only saw this trailer about a week ago. But I actually didn't know what movie was coming out this upcoming week that I was going to review. So I went to AMC to see what was coming out Friday, or in this case Thursday, and it was Abominable. So I went to go check out a trailer of the movie just to see what it was like, which I usually don't do. I don't want it to like mess up my view of the movie before I go watch it or make me biased. So it was DreamWorks, watched 1 minute of the trailer and figured, hey, I'm definitely gonna go see this. I took my daughters with me and they pretty much sat the entire movie watching the film, and that's hard to come by. The pacing of this movie flowed pretty well. My only issue is that the scenes that were with the antagonist or the bad guy wasn't as entertaining as the ones with Everest and Yi and the rest of the main characters that go on this journey. It kind of felt like, when it got to those scenes, I could feel myself like, can we go back to the other characters? Except for the one part where they introduced the whooping snakes. But whenever you get scenes with the main characters, it hits well. The best part about this movie, in my opinion, is the interaction between Ping and Everest. Even though Yin is the main character and she's the one that's trying to get Everest home, you kind of feel like Ping is the one that Everest connects to the most. I'm just talking interaction-wise, it's pretty prevalent the entire movie. Ping and Everest pretty much develop a bromance, but they did say that they're around the same age, so maybe that was a technique that the movie used to be like, hey, there's this huge Yeti and this little guy, but this is why they're so close and this is why they're acting like that, or why the Yeti's acting like that, because he's only a teenager. And I think they did well on that, because when you see Everest, you don't see this ferocious monster, you just see this kid that happens to be a Yeti. They evolved these characters pretty well. There's a montage, I don't really know if you would call it a montage, of the character Jin, where he goes from point A character-wise to point B character-wise, and it's effective and it doesn't drag on, getting straight to the point. And that's what I liked about this movie. It got straight to the point, not really any fillers, like it knew what it was. There's one scene in this movie that definitely is gonna pull your heartstrings, and if it doesn't pull your heartstrings, the Coldplay Fix You playing in the background definitely will. Man, that's such a good song. My youngest daughter was sitting on my lap and I started singing it, and she literally covered my mouth and said, "Quiet, daddy." Another scene that I enjoyed in this movie is when they're flying in the clouds. It actually echoes back to around the first to second act. I saw it in the trailer, but the way they do it in this movie when it builds up to that scene is super effective. Although the best scenes in this movie, in my opinion, are the ones between Ping and Everest. I really like the ones with the grandma in it. The line that she had to end the movie, perfect. Unlike the one that they showed you in the trailer.
I've got blueberries in places where blueberries should never be.
Something else the movie did better than the trailer on, which isn't really a spoiler, but if you think it's a spoiler, oh well, is that they didn't have Go Your Own Way in this movie. When I was watching the trailer and it was playing in the background, I was like, okay, but then she started playing the violin.
It's beautiful.
I thought to myself, is this really gonna be the theme song for this movie? Go Your Own Way? It's based in China, why would that be the theme song? But they didn't. When she played the violin, it didn't happen. It made me happy. In the end, this movie is executed very well, and it did hold both of my daughters' attention, so I rate it definitely worth watching in theaters. So if you went to go see Abominable, let me know what you think. If you plan on going to see it, if you don't plan on going to see it, and as always, if you like what you see here, like, comment, and subscribe. And as you know, this is submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society.